Hello everyone, this is Talk Time with Cynthia. I'm coming today. I'm gonna talk about a subject that I guess a lot of people deal with, which is your mental health in the workplace. And let me read the title to you guys. It says how staying in a job you hate affects your mental health. So just think about that, guys. Let me get these glasses cleaned up, because I can barely see out of them. I think I got fingerprints or something on them. But yeah, that is so true. I mean, because when you think about it, you spend the better part of your day with people who you work with on the job and doing whatever it is that you do. So you spend most of your life doing that. And if you hate it, just think about it. It's gonna affect you mentally, right? So anyway, look at my skin, y'all. I don't put nothing on my skin, and that oil just comes straight out. Look at my fingernails, child. I was trying to hide my fingernails. Now I'm showing them to y'all. I was cleaning today, and my nail polish came off, and it was so pretty before. So there's that. But anyway, yeah, so it's a wonder it affects your mental health, because I mean you spend a lot of time, even though you're supporting your family or whatever, and then I understand that part too. And especially when you're older and on a job, it's and you got mortgage and you got a car payment, you have kids to take care of. So that would be some of the reason why people stay on jobs they hate. Because if it was just them, young and didn't have the responsibility of a car payment, a mortgage, kids, then they can, move as they please. And that's what I say to young people. Wait to start your family. And just figure out what it is that you want to do. Figure out what, and you have time. I know my daughter, she was asking me some questions the other day, which brought about this article that I'm getting ready to read to you guys. A friend of hers was trying to figure things out, and I told my daughter, because she was working, more than one job. So I feel like she got her hands in more than one thing. So that allowed her to, in my eyes, that allow her to figure out what it is where her passion lies, where her purpose lies. You know what I mean? So instead of having one job you hate and just trying to just cause it pays you more money, or just because you can do more having that job. And when you're young, you don't have to do that, because why? You've been supported by your family, or even if not, you still young and you have the opportunity to make your mistakes or whatever before you get too old and having to get yourself established. So when you're young, make your mistakes that you're going to make when you're young, so when you're older, you don't have to worry about being afraid of not being where you think you should be at in life at an older age. So you try to make your mistakes when you're younger. And then so what I'm gonna do, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and read the article, and then I'm gonna talk some more at the end of the article. And I know y'all be probably laughing because I be seeing stuff kind of weird, but I'm from the South, and I just got that accent. And y'all just have to bear with me, because that's just the way it is. I'm a Southern girl, but yeah. So and also and I forgot to say my name. I think I did say this is Talk Time with Cynthia. But anyway, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I need subscribers. Okay. So anyway, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to my channel. And let your family and your friend know what your girl Cindy's doing over here. We try to keep it popping on the positive side, no negativity, and we try to give and get as much knowledge. And I say get because maybe y'all got some things that y'all can share with me, right? And just get my get dark. Maybe y'all got some things that y'all want to share with me, and oh, this light ain't on. Hold up, guys. I'll coming right back. Okay, guys, I think that's a little better. I'm like, one of my lights went on. I'm like, what in the world going on? But yeah, so maybe y'all got some things that y'all want to share with me on this subject, or ask me about another subject that maybe I can talk on, and we go from there. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. And like I said, share with your family and your friends. Bring them over here where we be trying to be positive and try to help everybody come together as one, so that we don't feel like we need to pull and push against one another. Okay, so without further ado, the name of my article is How Staying in a Job You Hate Affects Your Mental Health. This is really important that you guys stay to the end of this, because I know about 85%, if not 95% of people is inside of a job. If not 99% of people are inside of a job that they just really hate. And I know hate is a strong word, but they doing something other than what they desire to do, simply because it helps them to maintain their living situation, take care of their family, and what have you, and help them stay afloat. But here you go. And I guess this is more effective, yeah, for older people too. But I think this will be more effective for younger people also, because they're going to be just getting their start and trying to figure out what it is that they want to do and what direction they should take. You know what I mean? And it's for us old birds too, because it's never too late. Like with Morgan Freeman, I think he really got famous. I ain't gonna say he started at 50. I think was he 50? Something around there. But anyway, he started older in life, and he got his became well known later on in life. So it's never too late, guys. I just want to point that out. Okay, it says, when it comes to your career, there is nothing worse than a job you hate, literally. According to a University of Manchester study, having a poor quality job, a job you hate, is actually worse for your mental health than having no job at all. It may sound hard to believe until you've been there. Hostile co-workers, a passive-aggressive boss, or mind-numbing assignments. Not to mention, we often spend 40 or more hours a week invested in our job, and that's a lot of time to spend in a bad situation. It's painful to think about. Painful. Okay, then it says, for the 51% of Americans employed full-time who reported to Gallup in 2017 that they're uninterested in their jobs, and the 16% who dislike their workplace, staying at a job you hate is bad news for your mental health. Here's why. Worsening mental health symptoms. That's what we're going to talk on right now. Whether you you already deal with a mental health issue or not, staying in a work scenario you hate has mental health consequences, especially when you feel obligated to stay. Research from the Human Relations Journal as Business News Daily reports found that those who stayed at companies because they felt obligated or couldn't find other jobs opportunities were more likely to experience exhaustion, stress, and burnout. In addition, this feeling of indebtedness and a loss of autonomy are emotionally draining over time. Per one of the study's researchers, all of these factors lead directly to mental health symptoms such as anxiety and depression. With a pre-existing mental health condition, a job you hate can seem even more dire, right? If you're constantly miserable at work, of course, that's going to affect your mental health. Of course, it's going to affect your mental health. Saying Sarah Schwitz, I hope I'm saying her name right. Schewitz, a Los Angeles-based psychotherapist. If you already have a more negative outlook on life because you're feeling depressed, or a more fearful outlook on life because you're anxious, it's completely amplified by being at a place that you despise on a daily basis. Okay, then we're going to talk on delayed mental health issues. The impact of hating your job may also follow you later in life. Ohio State University conducted a study that tracked the job satisfaction of people between ages 25 and 39, and then measured their health once they turned 40 years old. Oh Lord, let's see what this is going to say. What the study found was those who had low job satisfaction in their 20s and 30s were more susceptible to mental health issues later on, including higher level of depression, sleep problems, and excessive worry. Those who had bad job experiences in their early careers also showed higher instances of diagnosed emotional problems, and they scored lower on a test of overall mental health. Alright, as we know, our mental health also affects our whole mind-body system, which the study's authors also noted in their findings. The higher levels of mental health problems for those with low job satisfaction may be precursor to future physical problems. The study author Hugh Zane said, increased anxiety and depression could lead to cardiovascular or other health problems that won't show up until they are older. Okay? So, and then the next one thing we're going to talk about is no silver lining. Our brains are naturally sticky for the negative, and that's doubly true when you're dealing with a mental illness. Some who are in less than ideal work conditions can find the silver lining in a bad scenario. Considering their current position as a stepping stone to something better, or being grateful to have a paycheck, it's difficult to get to this place with a mental illness in the mix. True. It's harder for people who have mental illness to manage this thought process around hating their job. Schwitz Intimates. I hope I'm saying her name right. And it says people with mental illness may have a harder time getting that thing, that silver lining, so it's easier to go to a dark, negative place when you have mental illness. Your brain's kind of primed for that. Let's say difficulty leaving a bad situation. That's what we're going to talk about next. Without seeing the silver lining in a job, it's easier to get stuck there because mental illness just doesn't allow for a path out. This means we're more likely to stay in the bad situation because we can't motivate ourselves to find alternatives. You know what that remind me of, guys? That remind me of a bad relationship. So think about it. Mental illness, you get stuck in a bad relationship, you get beat up, everything. It's something mental going on because, people can't find the strength to just get out. So it's got to be something mental going on there. And make you think about that, right? Then it says, there's a feeling of hopelessness and helplessness, says Schweitz. And it says, if you're feeling hopeless and helpless, then you're often not motivated to change your situation. If you feel that way about your job and feel overwhelmed at the thought of even trying to get a new job, to get out of this mindset, take a Herculean effect. It says to get out of this mindset takes a Herculean effect, one brought about by shifting your thoughts to a more active place find the motivation to move on. Come on now with it. I would have them shift the way they're thinking and remind themselves daily that they are not stuck. Got to, go. Got to. It's a mental, like I said, mental health. It's mental. When you're thinking and you feel like you're stuck, that's mental. Okay, it says Schweitz advises even just shifting that perspective can be powerful. Come on, y'all. Look at it a whole different way. Have fun with it. That you gotta have fun with it. It says fear of getting help. Considering all the mental health consequences of staying in a job you hate, it may be one of the best times to engage a mental health professional to achieve that perspective shift that will ultimately help you find your way to a better workplace. Not to mention the extra support and validation a therapist can provide go a long way. So y'all don't be ashamed to go get mental health help. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be ashamed. I know in the Black community, and I hear this a lot, and I've seen it a lot to be true. That I think I heard it from Charlamagne the God off the Breakfast Club, and it's true from what I've seen in my community, you know, growing up and stuff too. When somebody see you go into a psychiatrist, they figure you flip your wig, you crazy, you know, but that's not necessarily true. Sometimes all you need is just to sit down in front of somebody and work things out in your mind. You know what I mean? So that's the way that go too. It's not necessarily saying that there's something wrong with you to the point of you're unaware or you just completely just. And you know what? And if that's the case too, we all go through some stuff. We just do. Ain't none of us perfect. Sorry, whoever think that. But ain't none of us perfect. So we have to do what we have to do to survive, to stay afloat sometimes, you know. And sometimes we have to disconnect and just sit with ourselves for a while, opposed to the TV, the telephone, the internet. You know what I mean? Just disconnect for a minute. So then it says, but according to Bustle, research shows that B-U-S-T-L-E, I think that's Bustle. Research shows that those who work low quality jobs and have a psychiatric disorder are less likely to seek assistance for their mental health, largely due to a feeling of being fired because of the stigma. This can lead to feeling more trapped, hopeless, and helpless. Feelings that prolong the time you're left in a bad situation, which starts the cycle all over again. So the time that you wait to do it is the time that is wasted, and the time that you don't get to enjoy your life and enjoy the quality of life. So do it. I encourage you to go get help if you need it. And it says, while we know it isn't as simple as just getting out when you have a job you hate, most of us do need a steady income. The mental health consequences of sticking around take a huge toll. If you're in this situation, don't be afraid to reach out for help. Knowing you have the right to find a workplace that is life affirming and supports your well-being. And if you feeling like I ain't telling y'all to quit your jobs. Okay, so this is by Renee Fabian. And I'm going to spell Fabian. 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 I think I'm saying that right. But yeah, so I'm not telling y'all to quit your job, but I'm saying as fast as you can, get one that you love. I have a video also that talks about finding your purpose in life and finding out what makes you happy, what makes your skin tingle, what makes you feel like you want to just come out of your skin because it makes you feel so good. Not come out of your skin, but it makes you want to, it just makes you feel like your skin is teeming, like buzzing with life. That's when you know that you found your purpose for your life, in the plan for your life. And sometimes you can find something that will lead you to the purpose and the plan for your life, the reason you was created to be here. I believe that. Some people don't believe that, but I believe that God created us to do a certain something in this world, to be able to be service unto one of our brothers and sisters. And that's why we're created for service. Plain and simple. And when you're not in that space, then you do feel like you hate what you're doing, because your spirit within you know this is not where it's supposed to do. So it makes you feel that way when you're not doing what you're supposed to do. So just be easy on yourself and just sit down and just really think and go through your mind and go and just put your hands to more than one thing. Because if you in a job and you just feeling stuck and you're not going out and doing something different and just adding things to your life or just experiencing new and different things, then that's where you'll stay stuck, because you're not allowing yourself to be open to new experiences. When you allow yourself to be open to new experiences, then eventually you're going to come upon something that you're going to be like, I like the way this make me feel. I can do this all day. I can do this 5 days. I can do this for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? So you got to allow yourself to experience things and in order to do that. But if you sit and you go to work and you work for 8 to 12 hours or however, then you go home and then you eat dinner, you look at a little TV and on the corner of the couch, and then you go to bed. You know what I mean? Then you wake up the next day and you do the same thing, and so it's a vicious cycle over and over again. But if you do that same thing, but then on your day off, you go volunteer somewhere that you doing something that you love. You just have to figure out what makes you feel like you could do it forever. That you could do it for free. You understand what I'm saying? And so find out something that you feel like you could do it for free. Then you sit down and you pray and you ask God to show you how to monetize that. Period. I mean, it's nice to volunteer doing something you love, but it's even better if you can monetize that thing and make it work for you, and especially if you do it well. You know, the Bible say your gift make room for you, and that means something that you're gifted at, and you go and you do it, and you do it because you love it. Then it'll come a time where God will put in you and help you figure out, or it'll turn into something that you can make a living out of, and then you don't have to be in that space of going to a job that literally make you want to just cringe, even when your feet hit the floor in the morning, even before your feet hit the floor in the morning. I know what I'm talking about, because I done been there. You understand what I'm saying? Just make you absolutely just want to cry. And like when you go over the threshold, when your feet go over the threshold of the job, see like somebody said bricks, a pile of bricks on each shoulder, stress, absolute just stress. So I know what they're talking about. So I've been through it. So, but what I'm saying is, allow yourself to be open to new and different things. And once, like I said, once you do that, then eventually you're gonna and this is Southern girl, you're gonna roll up on something that that you're really passionate about, and like you continue to put it before God, you continue to pray, and then I believe in speaking it into existence. If it's something that you want to do, speak it into existence. Continue to say it every day, and put it out into the universe, and just continue to say it. Like, say, if you want to be an actor, I'm just say that. If you want to be an actor or actress or whatever you want to call it, and you really want to do that, and just put it into the universe, I am going to be an actor. Say it every day. I'm going to be an actor. I'm going to, and then say stuff like, I'm going to practice. I'm going to take up acting classes. I'm going to sit in the room with people who do acting, or I'm going to do an audition, and keep saying it eventually, and then you begin to look for those things, and eventually you're going to be an actor. But I believe that you can speak things into existence, you know. So, but that's a whole nother video, y'all. I don't want to make things too uncomfortable, but we're talking about being in a job that you hate, and say, and then that's another thing. I'm gonna be in a new job. I'm gonna be doing something that I love, and and just continue to say it over and over again. But yeah, and being young and having the opportunity to not have kids and not have a mortgage. I'm up here doing this computer. And not have a kid, and not having a mortgage, and not having a car payment, and having the support of your family. That way you can make the mistakes that you need to make when you're young, so that you don't have to go and get into a job that make you feel like you want to hurt somebody. You know what I mean? But no, I'm just joking. But yeah, so I mean, it's like the worst thing in the world, and especially if it bothers your mental health. Don't put yourself through that. You deserve better. You deserve more. You understand what I'm saying? You deserve more than to be going into a job and making you feel like, number one, you're making somebody else wealthy, or you feeling like you're unappreciated. No matter what you do, you never hear nobody to say thank you or good job or whatever. And if you're in a job that you love and you're passionate about, thank you or all that stuff, it ain't gonna matter. It's nice to hear or whatever, but if you loving what you do, that it ain't gonna bother you that nobody's walking around saying thank you or good job, we appreciate your work. You understand what I'm saying? Because you love it, and this is something that, excuse me guys, this is something that was put in you before you was the know how to do this was put in you before you was even created to come to this earth. You understand what I'm saying? Before your spirit got into your body is what I'm saying. So, and it's biblical too. I can't tell you where it is, but I've heard it before. Which is bad for me to say that, but God knows even the intent of our hearts. But anyway, we don't want to start going there. But yeah, so just make sure you just take the time out and figure it out, guys. And once you start trying to figure it out, it's not hard. You'll know what it is. When you see it, you'll know what it is. Because I know a lot of people say, I don't know what my purpose is in life. I want to know the plan that God has for me. But you'll know it. You'll feel it so strong in you that you can't not do it. But you got to look for it. You got to search for it. You understand what I'm saying? And so, but yeah, you'll know it. But you just gotta start. And where you at is not it. The vicious cycle, that's not it. Just free yourself up to have new experiences in life. And that'll help you to do that. But I don't want to keep saying the same stuff over again. But especially like I said with young folks, y'all more able to do it than we are, but we are too. Don't feel like you're too old. That's nonsense. You're never too old to begin again, right? Never too old to begin again. Anyway, so I love you guys so much. Thank you for coming to my channel, hanging out with me, and listening to what I have to say. And like I said, whenever I find something that I think is beneficial to us as a human race, I like to share it. Because I think when we get our mental health together and when we get in spaces that we love, then we begin to be able to love each other more. I always like to bring it full circle, right? Because my thing is to bring us together in love and in harmony. So, and if we're working in spaces that we hate, then we're going to have all kind of energy just going all weird and everything. So let's find our purpose in life so we can be service of one to another and we can connect more and we can unite more. Okay, guys? So anyway, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to tell your family and your friends what your girl Sin is doing. And I said that at the beginning because we try to keep it popping over here on the positive side. Y'all know how we do. Y'all know how we do. So, but anyway, I love you guys. And I will talk to you later. I love you. I don't know what to look at on this camera, y'all, so I'm gonna look all over. Love you guys.